I have beef with Iowa now.
I forget Iowa exists.
as a state and a motherfucking crew.
Right.
I've got to get ready for my day, but I want to tell you guys a story about why I had to evict a crazy Airbnb guest this past week. I've been an Airbnb host in Nashville for over 3 years, so I have seen a lot and I speak fluent drunk girl. So like not a lot phases me.
Here goes the putting on makeup while you do stuff there.
Get ready with me.
Should I start bringing my makeup and putting it on while we do these podcasts? Like,
to make fun of this. That would be hilarious.
okay, next episode.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna bring random stuff, like some flowers, and start like,
We just have you like
yeah.
answer the question.
Yes, I'm definitely doing that next episode. Somebody remind me.
The particular Airbnb that they booked is just a couple doors down from me, and I live in an up-and-coming area in Nashville. Some guests kind of can complain about the location just because there are certain areas that do seem a little sketchy around here. But I tend to tell guests that and let them know, hey, I live right around the corner. If you need anything, let me know. A couple days into the stay, the guest sent me a message that the master bathroom toilet was loose and that the fire alarm had been occasionally like beeping throughout the night. And so I immediately called my maintenance crew and I scheduled them out there for the same day with her permission. And then I called her just to let her know that I was right around the corner and I would have been able to just swing by and change the batteries for the fire alarm. That way it wasn't still sounding off while we waited for maintenance to get there. And she said it was okay. It wasn't sounding off at that time. I have documents that we actually had the fire alarm batteries changed the previous month, and usually that's like a quarterly thing. They shouldn't have been dead. So I knew for a fact that the batteries weren't dead, and I didn't want to go and change them.
Is she talking about the smoke detector?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what fire alarm is going off?
Yeah.
The fire alarm beeps
It's just
when
a
there's
beeping
freeze
alarm.
warning, and it has been really cold in Nashville. So if you don't have the heat up to a certain temperature in this one specific home, the fire alarm will just occasionally beep, and then it'll issue a warning on the pad, like on the temperature control. So I asked her, is there
Thermostat.
any chance
Right.
just to try to
Wrong
troubleshoot?
words for
I'm
everything.
gonna have maintenance look at it while you're there. But is there
I'm
any
surprised
chance
she knew the word for maintenance. I'm going to have like
The fixer guys.
fixer guys come on.
Is there any chance that you had the air on or the heat set to a very low temperature last night? And she said, yeah, we're from Iowa and we sleep hot. It was set to like 64 degrees. I told her, I'm right around the corner. Call me if you need anything. If anything changes, if it starts beeping, let me know. Maintenance goes out there and I get a notification that the work order was complete. So in my mind, all is well in the home. The following morning, she texted me and she said, hey, Katie, so the toilet is actually still wobbly. So this is 2 days from the time she texted me about the wobbly toilet and the alarm. She said, hey, the toilet's still wobbly and the fire alarm was beeping again last night.
Who cares if it's
Can you please
wobbly?
send
Does
me
it
those out?
flush? Like,
I said, oh my gosh, absolutely. Like, we are going to figure this out today. I'm so sorry. Turns out that they mismarked the work order as being completed, and they actually needed to get a piece for the toilet. And it wasn't completed, but the part had come in, and they were going to go back out there that same day. And of course, I apologized profusely to her, and we were going to make sure that the fire alarm wasn't going to beep and the toilet was going to be fixed. She was super sweet about it. And then I'm driving in traffic. This is the same morning, a couple minutes after, and I get a couple random calls that said that they were spam risk back to back. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not answering that. But then that person texted me and they said, hey, this is so-and-so. I'm this guest's husband and this is effing ridiculous. You need to call me now.
I've never heard of spam risk not like being a real person.
yeah.
I'm always like, must be spam. I've never given
You don't
it-
answer real calls, so
That's true, exactly.
you
I'm
definitely
definitely
aren't answering spam calls.
Now, this is unbelievable and you won't even answer the phone. And I'm like,
I know, it
crap.
must
So
be-
I call him immediately and I'm like, hey, I'm Katie. I'm so sorry. You know, there was a miscommunication with maintenance. And this man immediately starts screaming at me. Mind you, it is like 7:45 in the morning. He's saying things like, I can't sit on the effing toilet and reach for effing toilet paper without it effing rocking. And I kind of let him like sound off a little bit so maybe like he can get it out of his system, but he's obviously frustrated and I get it. I would be a little like, I would be bothered. I don't know if I would like cuss somebody out over it, but I would be bothered.
Right.
But I just asked him, I was like, hey, look, I understand that you're frustrated. I completely get it, and I'm so sorry, but can we please refrain from using this language? And he says, this is just how I effing talk, so you need to get over it. And I was like, So we continued to talk on the phone, and I was like, look, maintenance is coming today. I'm so sorry. This was just a miscommunication. And he proceeds to scream at me and tell me that I am what's wrong with corporate America. In fact, I don't work in corporate America. We're a small business. It's me and one other person, locally owned and operated. The maintenance company we use is locally owned and operated. It was a human error, and it rarely happens. But when it does, obviously, I'm going to go above and beyond to make sure that we've made it up to our guest. And I explained to him on the phone, like, I bet it's absolutely maddening for a random fire alarm to be going off. He did confirm that it wasn't sounding off the entire night, but still, like, I get it, that would drive me crazy too. So I was trying to, like,
stop calling it a fire alarm
in my mind. Okay, like,
You're making it sound worse too.
yeah, because a
Fire
fire
alarm
alarm
is-
going off would be very annoying. The beep you can tune out.
Nobody wants to sit on a wobbly toilet. I don't know. So
I think that kind of sounds fun as long as you don't have to worry about the consequences if it falls over.
They
You
are
know?
scheduled to come out there. I'm going to try to get them there sooner. I'm so sorry. He tells me that he has a 4-year-old, even though this man sounds a lot older, but he's like, I have a 4-year-old and blah, 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 blah. You're what's wrong with corporate America. Some effing moron told my wife that it's because of an HVAC, and that's effing stupid. We're from Iowa, blah, 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 blah. And, like, is, like, screaming at me and calling me an effing moron. And I'm like, well, like, that is a feature in a house, and it has
I'm the
happened
effing moron
before.
that told
I'm
her
just
that.
trying to troubleshoot with her, but if it had been continuing to beep these past 2 days, I would have been over there in a second. I live right around the corner. I have never felt any need to not tell guests that I live nearby until this time, but I thought that it would maybe, like, hey, I'm right here, I'm available, like, I want to help you and I want to make sure that you guys have a good stay, but, like, if I don't know that there's a problem, I can't fix it. So I get off the phone. I'm on the phone with the owner of the maintenance company.
She's also paused a bunch, and I realized it's a pretty lengthy story. She only got ready with us for like the first 25
And she
seconds.
looks
of it.
exactly the same after she did all of that. Like, nothing has changed.
She should have waited. Which A, she should have never done it because, yeah, you're right. She looks the same.
Yeah.
And B, if it's only going to be the first, like, part 1 of your 6-part
Then
story.
we're going to lose interest.
Well, that, but also just like, why didn't you just, if it's all you need to do, why didn't you fucking just get ready and then do it?
And then do it.
Right?
Because I
It's
think it's a thing. That's how
Yeah.
she got 397,000 likes.
You're right. That's the key.
I'm putting makeup on next time.
And he's like, I'm gonna go over there myself. He said specifically that he likes to work with people like this because they tend to, like, scream at you on the phone, but in person they're super nice. So he tells me what time he's going to be over there, and I decide that I am going to order some specialty donuts from a local shop here that are not cheap.
I fucking hate
So
donuts.
I Uber Eats those to my house, and I was going to walk them over to the house to deliver them to this guest and his family, just to apologize and prove that I'm not what's wrong with corporate America. In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna fix this. And obviously we were gonna refund a part of their stay just for the inconvenience, but I wanted to just do a kind gesture so he could see that, like, hey, I'm a human and it was a human error and I'm sorry. Maintenance calls me a couple minutes after he arrives, and he was like, Katie, I had to leave and tell the man good luck.
Yep.
I love how she came with a receipt.
Yes,
Yeah.
Great.
I berated him so much and called him an effing R word and started, like, knocking over glasses. He was so mad, called him an effing idiot, said that I was a bitch, like, all this crazy stuff. And the guest, like, lost his shit. And I was like, you know what? Like,
That's wild.
I got these, what am I, like, I was like, so I can't take the donuts over there? And he's like, it is not safe. Like, I have never felt like that in front of, and our maintenance man's, like, is a dude, like, and he was getting, like, cussed out. So I messaged the wife through Airbnb and I let her know, like, hey, I'm so sorry, but, I would love to take care of you guys, but at this point, like, my safety and my maintenance man's safety is at risk, and we had to evict them. And she responded, I'm so sorry, thank you for letting me know. And
She's
still
like,
in
my
heart,
husband is a
she's
psycho.
safe. And I asked her and I told her, like, I hope you're safe, but there was just
Blink
no
twice.
way that
Right.
we were going to be able to have, like, a decent experience with them when, like, our safety's at risk. I evicted them that day, and since then I have just been busy being what's wrong with corporate America. So
I don't buy that their safety's at risk though. At this point, like, just
Yeah.
don't interact with them anymore. Like, if
Right.
they want you to
He's
come
not
back
gonna
over,
find you. He doesn't know where you live.
yeah, like you could have been like, all right, well, guess your shit's not getting fixed.
Sorry.
See ya. And then if they try to, I just think
I
that's.
wonder how many more days they had left on their stay.
That's true too.